first impressions go a long way, with people as well as spaces. And whether it's an office or a home, ceilings are an important element of every interior, providing not only thermal and acoustic comfort, but also defining the experience of any space. These ceilings all have one thing in common: gypsum boards.
Gypsum is really a versatile material. It's used in modern offices, hotels, hospitals, and of course has a place of pride in consumer homes as well.
A must-have for elegant interiors, these plaster boards are manufactured by Gyproc. Pioneers in the world of false ceilings, India's first and biggest manufacturers of gypsum boards. What is not commonly known is that the journey of these lightweight, soundproof, moisture and fire-resistant, easy-to-install boards begins with a rock of gypsum, a mineral that comes all the way from the Middle East. The bulk import of gypsum is from Oman in the Middle East to the Hazira port in Gujarat, from where it's transported to the Jagadia plant of Gyproc. Truckloads of the raw material are transported every day for the manufacturing process to begin.
This is where the gypsum is received. One of the important elements of gypsum is the purity, and this is one of the ideal gypsum one would like to have because it is 98% purity.
The first step after reaching the factory is to crush the larger size gypsum to smaller pieces in a crusher. The small pieces of gypsum are transported to the mill via conveyor belts to produce plasters in powder form. This process is calcination. The plaster produced is stored in bulk silos and is now ready for the additive stage of the process. In this stage, dry and wet additives are added to the powdered gypsum in the mixer to form a paste or slurry, the key material of gypsum boards. The other crucial ingredient for manufacturing the boards is paper.
This is the paper, and plasterboard is essentially made with two papers, one on the top and one on the bottom. And this paper is an environmental friendly paper because the paper is made with recycled paper. No trees are cut for this. And this paper has special features for plasterboard, unlike a cardboard paper, because cardboard paper goes back to the mill in 20 or 30 days. But for us in plasterboard, we want this paper to be with the board for minimum 20 years.
2 sheets of paper encase the slurry, enveloping it on the top and the bottom, forming the structure of a gypsum board. The papers are fed in 2 rollers on the top and bottom paper stands. Through the spout of automated pipes, the slurry is discharged and spread on the bottom paper.
Mixer is the process station where all the various masalas in the form of solids or liquids, they are mixed well, and that's how we form into a slurry. And the slurry is put on a paper and then second paper comes on the top, and then that's how the board formation starts.
Slurry is essentially bonded between special imported papers, between the top and bottom part of it. This is where the gypsum takes the shape of a board. A spraying machine is used to flatten the top layer of the paper, giving the board a smooth finish. The boards are now formed, but the wet slurry needs to be dried up in order to be cut into desirable sizes. So, the wet boards travel on long setting belts for the plaster slurry to set into a semi-hardened phase over a time period of 4 to 6 minutes. The long monolithic board is cut into desired lengths by the cutter.
Major advantage is in this factory is automation is at such a high level that operator is required to only monitor what is happening, but majority of the system correction is done by the automation.
The cut boards move as a set of 4 to 5 boards and are then inverted to protect the cleanliness of the ivory surface.
When we look at the kind of product range, we make a full range over there, right? From plain boards to materials which give a superior performance, so it's value-added boards in terms of moisture-resistant properties, which give fire properties, which give sign properties. So anything which is used in a modern office, airport, hotel, to anything which adorns a B2C home today is a part of our Jagadia unit.
In the final stage of the assembly line, the boards are paired, edges are trimmed and leveled with branding. The finished boards are then stored in the gigantic storage warehouses in the plant, ready to be transported to multiple destinations as required.
Gyproc gives solutions in the entire consumer journey cycle. So these are products which are made by high class standards, and we sincerely believe that sealing दिखनी ही नहीं, टिकनी भी चाहिए, because it's a sealing with a feeling.
Once the boards reach their destination, it's only a matter of hours before the metal skeleton structure is fitted and the boards are installed.
What I like about this brand, Gyproc, is they are providing a team support. You know, they have a whole team of laborers who would execute our designs. So when we are working with a company like that, what happens is I can do any design, you know, and there can be many technical problems in such an execution. When the team support is directly coming from the company, they are vouching that you make any design and we are there to support you.
The metal goes through a serration process that produces a unique pattern which increases the load carrying capacity of the structure.
Gyproc is like they are unbeatable when it comes to quality. They are a huge brand. So obviously if we are using Gyproc products, the client is convinced that I'm going to get a very good quality. Architects always want to work with quality brands. We like to be associated with them because in the end, what makes a design more functional is the quality of the product.
Transforming a piece of rock imported from the Middle East to these beautiful ceilings inside our homes, offices, hotels and hospitals, Gyproc, through its state-of-the-art facility, makes it all possible.